Hello, we're back.
Hi, everybody.
I'm Kathleen.
I'm Nancy.
And we are on the needles.
Episode 6.
I know.
What are we going to do when we get past 40? Because between
we're
the
just
two
going to
of
have
us,
to hold up.
Yeah, we don't have 40 fingers and toes. I'm worried about like 11 too, because I've got to get my foot up here.
We can just hold up 1 and 1.
Okay.
We'll figure it out.
Well, yeah, put up a little sign.
Yeah. So we're coming to you from Spokane, Washington, where it is, we're just thrilled to have extremely unhealthy air instead of hazardous air.
Isn't that weird that we're so happy that it's unhealthy today?
Yeah. So we have had smoke come in from the fires, the whole West Coast basically is on fire, and we live in a valley, and it kind of rolls in and then just sticks around.
Yeah, but so I was talking to a friend in New York last night on our Zoom that we do with several podcasters, and he's even got the smoke back there. You know, another one in Michigan. It's traveled across. I can't imagine living in the heart of it. I mean,
no, my brother lives in Beaverton, Oregon, outside of Portland, and he has just, I mean, for over, I don't even know how long, but theirs has been like 500. And, you know, and I'm so glad we don't have fires in our immediate area. You know, we've had a few around here, but it's awful.
But, you know, I feel kind of bad complaining about bad smoke because I still have a house.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know, and I can't imagine. I mean, 2020 has kicked our butts. And now, on top of the COVID, the people that are displaced from the hurricanes they've had in the Gulf, and now the fires, I may get a little bored or feel a little depressed someday, but I have nothing to complain about. I mean, I just can't imagine. I can't imagine how awful that would be. So any of you listeners out there, our hearts are with you. If you're going through some times that, well, we're all going through times, but if you're getting like the double and triple whammy, you know, our hearts are with you, and hopefully we can all get through this.
We can,
and that's why we're masking too, because we don't live together and we want to protect each other, and a little because of the smoke too, although you don't smell it as much in the air. But anyway, that's why we're masked. Someday you'll get to see our real faces.
I know. Should we hold our breath and take our mask down so they can see?
No, because I don't have lipstick on.
Oh, dang. That's one bonus. That's the silver lining. You don't have to wear makeup, right?
Saving the whole lot.
I know. I put eyebrows on today.
Yeah.
Like, oh, wow, I'm really getting gussied up.
So anyway, we're coming a little bit late. Sorry, I'm going to pull this up because I took some coffee before we started and didn't get it positioned right.
I love how you say took some coffee.
Took some coffee.
It's medicine, isn't it?
But we're coming to you a little late just because of the smoke, and you know, life sometimes gets busy. So anyway, it's been 2.5 weeks, Cap. What's new? What you been doing?
Knitting a ton is what I've been doing, and my work got kind of busy too. So Nancy is so flexible. When I text her and say, I got called into 3 meetings, she's, you know. So working, I've been blogging a lot for Interweave, which I love. And if you're not familiar with Interweave, it's interweave.com. And if you pull down the knitting menu, I'm blogging, and a lot of our other staffers are blogging, and it's like articles, blogs, I think, but also a ton of awesome patterns. So I've been doing that. Haven't been gardening, which, you know, because we can't really go outside in the smoke. Watching TV, you know, the usual.
You guys, her and her wife are going up to a lake as soon as a river, lake.
Priest Lake. Yeah. Our knitting friend Casey so generously offered their family cabin, and a few of us, there's only going to be 4 of us, which is a good number for although it is in Idaho, so we could have 1 million people there, I guess. But for Washington, I think we're still at 5. I'm not exactly sure. So we will enjoy just getting away. We've all been in our houses so much lately. It'll be nice to have a new place to wake up.
Yeah, and hopefully the weather will be kind of decent up there.
It's colder because
Yeah.
it's pretty far north in Idaho.
Well, and we're supposed to get some rain, so I mean, you could conceivably get a little snow at night.
I would love that. And I guess there's been some cougars around there, mountain lions, and I hope we see them outside and
from a distance,
far away, right? Through binoculars. But still, I think they're so beautiful.
Yeah.
How about you? What have you been doing?
Oh, wow. You know, you would think in 2.5 weeks I've done something. Well, I mean, I have done a lot, but nothing really exciting. I just finished up packing up the last of the Hocus Pocus Halloween advents.
I'm gonna show something.
So those of you that have ordered, I will go to the post office this afternoon if they don't kick me out. I have long garbage bags full of these packages. So thank you to everyone that ordered. I hope you have as much fun opening them as I did making them. But so I've been dyeing up that. I have decided, because yarn is at undyed yarn right now has been at a premium for the last 6 months, that as soon as they come back with the undyed 20-gram minis, I'm going to buy a crap ton of those, because I've had to take my 100-gram skeins, cake them into a ball, put them back on. This little gadget up here is a reskeiner. So then I reskein the yarn, tie it, twist it, and prepare it to dye. And I have done, I think, close to 1,000 mini skeins.
You're over it.
So I am thinking about investing in an electric yarn winder. So that, that would be awesome. So anyway, I've been doing
that would probably pay you back.
I think that would pay me back
in no time.
Yeah. And so just a lot of dyeing. Like Kath said, not much yard work. I still have 24 bags of bark laying on the back walkway that needs to go into the corner of my yard. So it's supposed to rain this weekend, but maybe I can get to it. Went back to work. That lasted for a day. And I took an unpaid leave of absence till the first of the year, depending on if I can sustain us. I have 2 in college now, so if I can sustain us on a yarn dyer's income, that will be awesome. If not, I will go back to work. But otherwise, that's it. I have been doing little knitting, little TV watching, but a lot of dyeing. Yeah, good.
Well, good.
So,
all right. Well, should we get into our finished objects?
I think that's why they're here.
I actually have a couple.
Nice.
Okay, so this is my Knit One and Done project. It's called Barley by Tin Can Knits, and I showed it a while ago, and it was not done forever. And I just thought that is ridiculous because it's worsted weight. This is MadelineTosh vintage, and it's leftover from a sweater I knit that I'll show at some point. But the color is called Brienne of Tarth Kills a Bear, which obviously is a Game of Thrones reference. But I got a bunch of it when MadelineTosh had their big clearance sale, and I love it. And it's got like little flecks of purple and turquoise, but the base colors are kind of beige, and it's got some kind of forest green in there. It's awesome. Beige and brown are the base colors, and it's really a neat project. It's got this big garter stitch section, and then the rest of it is just stockinette. And I made it a little bit longer because I made this for Mimi. She looks super cute in hats, and I look ridiculous in hats. So I made it to be real slouchy. So it's really cute on her. So that's my Knit One and Done project.
And that's a free pattern, isn't it?
It is a free pattern. Yes. So we're having our Knit One and Done knit along, and these are going to be this is going to be the prize full of little goodies. And if you knit with Trilogy Yarns, which is Nancy's company, you will be eligible to win a Christmas Advent from her, which is an amazing gift or prize. And you can find out more about that on our Ravelry page, which is on the Needles a Knitting podcast. It's our Ravelry group. And we're working with 5 different blog podcasters. And Nancy can name them off because I always can't.
So we have Cody from Cody Knits, Scott and John from Sweet Tea No Shade, Kevin and Ray from On the Needles, Aaron and Chip from Fiber Hustle, and Carrie from Creative Obsession.
Ray and Kevin are what?
On the Needle.
No, we're on the Needles.
Okay, guys.
Needles at the ready.
Yeah, now you got to join us. Sorry,
Needles
guys.
at the ready.
I Zoomed with them last night, and yesterday was my birthday, and I had a martini, and maybe I shouldn't have had that because I can't even remember what podcast they have now. Yeah.
You didn't say that in our intro. Happy birthday.
Oh, yeah. Yesterday was my birthday.
So our one and done knit along ends September 31st. Is that right?
That is correct. Or 30th.
30th.
There's only 30
yeah.
days.
Yeah. No, September 31st. It's never ending.
Yeah.
And you just need to do, it's like a one skein project, or what did you say? 100-gram project?
Well, over 50 grams.
50 grams.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but if you wanted to do like a colorwork hat or a colorwork cowl and the total weight was under 100 grams, then you're eligible.
That counts.
Yeah.
We're loosey goosey about it, you guys.
And you can enter in everybody's Ravelry page for the Knit One and Done 2020 Knit Along, Crochet Along. Fiber Hustle does not have a Ravelry page, so theirs is hashtag Knit One and Done 2020. So yeah, and then we'll do a random number generator drawing around the 1st of October before we podcast, whatever day that would be. So yeah, and then we'll get some prizes out to you guys. But anyway, be sure and enter in everybody's, because then you get
more chances
of winning.
Yeah. And did you say they all have different prizes?
They do.
Yeah.
They do all have different prizes.
Yeah, so you could get a good
yeah, and they have not shared their prizes with me.
Oh.
So, no, I take that back. Somebody has. Honestly, guys, I'm sorry, I forgot who
That's
it was.
right.
Maybe they all have.
Stop drinking martinis.
I know, I have them so often. Yeah. But, so anyway, so what else have you got finished?
I have got this, what I'm wearing. It is a scarf shawl type of thing, and it's called Lori, Lori, by Carrie, Bostick, Hoge. I don't know if it's Hoge or Hoge. Anyway, it's in the Matter book 2, and I will link to that. It's her collection of patterns. And so it's kind of a, it's kind of a weird shape, but I just usually wear it as a scarf because, around like my project page on Ravelry, I just have it kind of like, just like a cowl almost. And it's cute either way, but, and I knit it, of course, because that's, the way I am, out of Habu Textiles. It's called N86 Pure Cashmere, and it is in gray and oatmeal, which is similar to the colors that it was in the pattern, which I don't normally do, but I did it. And it's lace weight, and I knit it in garter stitch on size 2s, and I love it. It's
super
just
soft.
So soft,
yeah.
And so sort of airy. So it's I wouldn't say year round because it's cashmere. If it were silk, I think it might be year round, but it's definitely a 3-season piece.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
Yeah. So that's that. How about you? What have you got to show us?
Well, I have not done much knitting, so I had to do a dive into my cowl drawer to find something that you haven't seen. I'm sorry, guys. I thought I could get these masks to fit. I must have a big face but tiny nose. Anyway, this is, and I'll pull it off, The Land of Sweets Cowl by Helen Stewart, and it's all done with minis. So this, if somebody wanted to do a cowl with their Halloween advent, you could totally do that. This is done with a Christmas advent. So this
so
has
pretty.
24 different minis in it. And it's got several different patterns. So you've got some garter, you've got some stockinette, you've got some lace, you have some feather and fan. So it's just
Is that your advent?
no.
Oh, I was gonna say that.
No, this is the first year for my advent, and
Oh,
I
okay.
certainly, I mean, I've got the colors all done, but I'm not going to show them. That's a
Oh, I thought
surprise.
maybe
Yeah.
you had one last. That was last.
No, this is one I think I got 2 years ago. Treated myself to an advent calendar. I had just had my hip replaced right at Thanksgiving time, and I was feeling sorry for myself because I was home and it was crappy weather, and so I bought myself an advent, and so I made this out of it. And you know, it was so much fun. Every morning I got to open up this little package and put it into my project. So it was so
this
exciting.
one has a little bit of
It's
the
sparkle.
Sparkle
It's
in
got
it.
some
That's
sparkle.
cool.
Yeah. So anyway, a good suggestion to do with advents.
Yeah,
Minis from an advent.
That's a great suggestion.
So that is all that I have that's finished.
All right, well, that's okay.
You know, it's really warm. Well, it's not really warm. I think it's, what is it? It's probably 70 outside. And I've got the sweater on because I didn't have anything to wear with this.
Oh, the
color-wise. Cowl, yeah. And I don't want to start wearing my hand knit sweaters because it's not quite warm enough for that. But I took this off and it's like, now I'm kind of cool. I'm always cool, but I'm
cold.
Chilly. Okay, so what's on your needles?
Well, on my needles is something kind of fun. So this is a sock that I finished. And this is called Online Yarn. And I don't know if I think it might be discontinued, but it's just a sort of self-striping pattern work yarn. But the fun thing about this is that it started out as this, and I've knit the cuff on here already. So it had this at both ends. So our friend Kim's mother, Judy, so kindly cranked out on her sock cranker a bunch of tubes for us. And Kim has been making socks like a madwoman, and she's like cutting the heel, it's just a pro. I was a little more reticent to do that, so she showed me what she was doing, and it's Crazy Sock Ladies Afterthought heel. Thank you. And it is it's basically a toe that's a heel. So when I take this off of here, the sock looks like this. So you've got this toe, and then the most hilarious thing is look how short I cut this. That's the foot. It doesn't look so crazy on the
but did you make your
side,
toe longer?
But I had to make my toe like at least an inch longer because I cut the foot so short. And so here's the other half of this. She made 2 tubes. So here's the other half. So I cut it right here. And so I'm going to get 2 pairs of socks out of 2 tubes. I'm going to make shorties out of this. And then I'm going to, obviously match this one. So I'm going to take that with me this weekend to the lake and work on that.
So I have done an afterthought heel one time, and I put in a strand of waste yarn.
Oh yeah.
And I used because I do my socks toe up, I used my sock ruler, so I knew exactly where to put the line for my afterthought heel. So on a tube, do you just measure from other socks, like a finished pair from your toe to where you're going to start your heel?
Yeah, well, you're supposed to. But I'm going to stop on the way home and get one of those sock rulers because they're cool.
Oh,
I had this long tube, and I thought, okay, I'm going to just do the cuff. So I did the cuff first, like on that one, and then I just kind of tried it on and see where and then I cut the heel. So I did the heel while the tube was still long. And then once the heel was done, I put my foot in it to see where I should cut it, but somehow I don't know if it was really stretched out or what, because I made it another inch before I cut it.
Yeah. I see. I do mine toe up, so it might be almost. Do you ever do toe up socks?
Oh, all the time. Yeah.
So it might be, on a tube to do toe up.
Right. But see, yeah, I guess you could put the toe on first and then put it on and then cut it there. But so anyway, yeah, it's all an adventure. This is the first one I've done. But it's the Crazy Sock Lady. She has amazing videos, and she has the most amazing eyebrows. I was texting one of my friends. I'm like, how do we get the Crazy Sock Lady's eyebrows? She's like, I know. So that was great.
Maybe younger. Being younger might have some.
Old she is, but some people just have that beautiful shape. Mine are like straight across. Okay, and then my second thing. Oh, I actually have 3 things on the needles. Those socks were kind of a last minute addition. I have shown this before. It's this pattern, Super Simple Summer Stripes by Hoge Locatelli. And I'm making it out of Woolfolk FÅR, which is this gorgeous chainette construction merino.
Wow, this is going to be so cozy.
And it was taking me forever to do it. And I don't know why. I don't know. I wasn't making progress on it. I think it was a yarn needle combo. So it wasn't like sliding off the needles. And so I switched to metal needles. I've got my my favorite Chow on here. And it's much more enjoyable. I think something with the yarn, it was just sticking to the wood a little bit. So anyway, but it's got this split hem on the bottom. And a finish that's kind of fun and easy. It's just ribbing, but then at the end of the ribbing you do 2 rows of, you knit across and then purl back and then you bind off. So it's got this.
So it almost curls up a little.
It does curl up a little bit.
Clever.
Yeah, and it's got that on the neck too. So
what a neat.
Yeah, and also on the cups. So it's just those little details that designers do that really bring projects alive.
I want to ask Kathleen about this, something about this when she first got here, and I thought, no, wait, I'll ask you on the podcast. So it doesn't have raglan increases.
No, it's just it's done as if you were doing a yoked. I mean, it's a yoked sweater, but without the cord work.
So I guess my concern is, how does it fit in the armpit? Have you tried it on?
It fits just fine.
It doesn't. It's not baggy or anything.
I mean, the sweater is loose fitting.
Yeah.
But it fits fine.
Oh, some of
those sweaters that do this, there's a few now. And actually, I've kind of decided that I'm not going to do one of these type of sweaters for a while, just because I've got quite a few kind of loose fitting things that I'm going to do kind of, I don't know if any of you guys get the Church Mouse newsletter, but they just sent out a newsletter and they had a sweater in there that's like it's just got a kind of a higher neckline, and it's just a really basic sweater and kind of a sweatshirty, but not like it's got set in sleeves, and I thought that would be really something nice. And I have a whole bunch of yarn. I'll bring it to show, a whole bunch of yarn in my stash, like 1,800 yards. And so I thought...
Oh, of what type of yarn?
It's an old classic elite yarn. It's called Crestone, and it's natural colors. And
you showed it on
Stone.
Zoom.
Yes, I showed it on Zoom.
Gorgeous. Yeah.
Yeah, worsted weight. And I think I got it back when I worked at Interweave. I was going to do a knit along or something, and the company sent it to me, but I never, or maybe, I don't know. I know I didn't buy it. But anyway, so that's a bonus.
Yeah.
And then my other work in progress is this called Walk Along. And it's all one piece, but you knit on the undershirt type. And it is by Ankestrick, I think. Ankestrick. I think her name's
I thought it was
Anke.
Oh, okay.
And it means strick means knit in German. So Anke knits, and she did the Jaywalker, I think. Anyway, I'll find out.
Our knitting group did the walk along as a knit along.
Yeah. Did you do that?
I did
you
not.
do it?
I did not.
Well, I have hesitated for a very long time about it. I love the design, but I've hesitated because I have a hard time knitting with cotton. And this is 100% Pima cotton yarn. But Chris at Knit Knit had it on sale, and I thought I would give it a try. And I have not had any problems with it. And I think it's because it's a soft cotton, and it's also fingering.
I was going to say, it's not like the dishcloth.
Yes, so I don't feel like I'm, wrestling with it. And so I love these colors. They call this white, but really, it kind of looks white on screen, but really it is a kind of a putty color. Yeah. So these are my colors, and this yarn is called Pandora, and it is PT Design, and that is a person's initials, and I think that person is from one of the Nordic countries. So all of this is in a different language. But anyway, it's 100% Pima cotton. And so far, so good. So I'm going to take that this weekend, too.
We had one of our friends, Carmen, did that, and she ended up putting long sleeves on hers.
Yeah.
And was it because it didn't fit her, but it fit her daughter?
Yeah, it ended up fitting her daughter, yes.
And so her daughter wanted long sleeves.
Right.
So, yeah, it was
very cute. And then our friend Rena also knit it. This is so funny. And it didn't fit her well, so she passed hers to Carmen. Or I think she made her a trade for a different sweater, but we were cracking up. It was just like all...
all of us in our group are all different sizes. So if something doesn't fit us, we can probably find somebody to gift it to.
Yeah, that's a great thing about having a knitting group. And that's all from me for On the Needles. What have you got going?
I have only been working on 2 projects when I have been able to sit and knit. So I do have a hoe.
That's half
object, yeah. So this is just my basic toe up, fish lips kiss heel, vanilla sock. And this is out of the Princess Bride Club colorway. This is called Inconceivable. With the club, it did come with that really kind of limey green for the heels, toes, and cuffs. But I just opted to do mine all one color. So there's the one. And then last night when I was Zooming, I finished what I had on another project, yarn of what I had caked up, and I wasn't going to cake it up while I was Zooming, so I just put the heel in the other foot. That's a long explanation as to where I'm at. But I just did the fish lips. I've just done the fish lips kiss heel. I'm going to find the grammar police. Just turn for that. So I'm just going to go up the leg, and then I do a 2x2 rib, and I just do the stretchy bind off I use is I just knit 2 together through the back loop. And that's the bind off I use on my socks, and it seems to work. I just make sure I don't get too stressed out and pull it real tight. And then the other object, and I'm so close to being done on this. I think last time we podcast, I was just splitting for the ribbing on the front.
Oh yeah.
But this is my Mökki sweater. And it's just this oversized kind of, I'm just trying to get to the side here, sweatshirt style sweater. It's got the really cool detail down the side. It's a slip rib down the side, and then you when you're ready to do your ribbing, you just put your front stitches, you stop right there where the split rib is on a holder, and then just knit back and forth, and just
it's like a placket.
Yeah, carry your slip rib down, and then do your ribbing.
Cute.
And then you go back when you're ready for the front, and you just pick up from the underside of where you stopped knitting for the front, and do the same thing.
That's so cool. Then what's the neckline gonna be?
It's just rounded. It's just a rounded neckline.
So you just do an I-cord, or
No, I haven't got that
Oh, sorry.
far. No, that's okay.
I'm actually making you read the pattern. Oh, they don't really
It doesn't.
show
Yeah, it looks just like it's a rib. This is the pattern, Mökki. It's in the Lane magazine.
Number 9.
Yeah, autumn winter 2019. Just a real simple, kind of an oversized sweater that you just lounge around with, leggings or.
I think someone else is going to cast that on. Oh,
yes.
Is it Karen?
Karen, yeah, in our knit group, they were talking about it. So anyway, I've got one sleeve done, and I'm just going to give a little tip this week. So I mark my decreases. I use these locking stitch markers, and so I mark every, when it says, 7 rows or 5 rows, 10 rows in between your sleeve decreases, I just mark it so it's easy to go back and count. And then when I do the other sleeve, I'll do the markers on that. So I can count when I, count my markers, and then I can look where I've put the last marker on the finished sleeve so I know when to start my ribbing. If I do it right after the last decrease or do, an inch or two, depending on how quick the decreases are. But that one is so that's the Mökki, Mokki, by Verena Cohrs. And the yarn I'm using is Blue Sky Fibers in their Woolstok. And I'm using the deep purple colorway. I think I'm going to have some extra skeins. I always tend to buy extra.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
Because you don't want to run out. Mm-hmm. But hopefully I'll have that done by next time we podcast, because there is sweaters. I have 2 sweaters quantities up here of what I wanted to do, and every time I see a new sweater. And then our knit group, our Thursday night Zoom group, we're going to do a knit along starting the first of the year. So I want to get a couple sweaters done. It's crazy how my knitting has slowed down there. When we first started this pandemic, I was kicking out a sweater every week and a half, and now it's just like, oh.
Because you're so busy with your shop.
Busy. But anyway, the Mökki pattern is now available on Ravelry, and I think someone in our group said it was $17 or something.
Yeah.
It is in the Lane magazine, and you might check with your local yarn store to see if they have any. I'm sure you could probably, because the magazine is what was the magazine?
What do you mean? What was it? How much was it? Oh, yeah. It was expensive. It's expensive. It's a foreign.
Yeah, but
I think it was like $29 or something.
$28, and there's a ton of nice patterns and some good articles. So instead of buying the individual pattern, if you could find the magazine, it would be.
And I don't know if you can download the whole magazine. Because I would recommend that, because, like Nancy said, every issue is.
Oh,
it's amazing.
Yes, yeah.
And they don't publish it anymore, which is so sad, but they are starting to. They published a book of sock patterns, and also something else is coming up, and they do a beautiful job.
Yeah, it's beautifully written. So that is all I have worked on. I have other things on the needles, a couple more pairs of socks. They're sitting in the car for car knitting, and so that's it. And I've been itching to get back on my scrappy blankets, but it's been too warm to have blankets on my lap. So sure. I think that I might try to, dedicate football watching to those or something, because football season.
We got to watch as many games as we can before they shut it all down.
Yeah. So okay, so let's see.
I have a new little group of things here. I went down to Chris's at Knit at the Studio, and she's having a huge sale. And
is she still having that?
Yeah, we were there yesterday.
Oh, because I'm gonna go out Tuesday.
Oh yeah, So this is Shibui Staccato, and they don't make this yarn anymore, but they make a similar sock yarn. This is 70% superwash merino and 30% silk, and this color is brick. And this one is mineral. And this is their older label. And it is tar, I think. Something not very appealing. Yes, tar. But together, I just think those are so pretty. And I'll figure out some sort of shawl or something. And they're kind of my colors, especially
Are
these
those
two.
50 gram?
I think so, yeah.
So is that their
50
fingering,
gram.
or is that
It's a fingering, yeah.
Yeah.
It was really one of their first yarns.
Mm-hmm.
And if you guys aren't familiar with Shibui, they are a company based in Portland, and it's fabulous yarn, Portland, Oregon. And then
I have a great cowl idea.
Okay, what is it?
It's the tilted cowl.
The tilted cowl, okay.
And I'll show you. I'll pull it up on Ravelry while you're doing your thing there.
And then Chris, part of the sale is Chris put out her stash, which is an awesome stash. And she had this Spin Cycle Dyed in the Wool, which is their sport weight yarn. And this color is called something really fun. It's called Pick Your Poison. And it kind of goes with these a little bit, but I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to do these three. This is kind of my jam, like the solid earth tones, if you haven't already guessed that. But this is beautiful, and it would be perfect for the colorwork section of a hat or something. And what's funny is that I said on our knitting group, I said, why would you only have one skein of Spin Cycle? You know, I mean, I guess for a hat or something, but normally you get a few and use it as the colorwork part in a sweater or something. And our friend Edie on our knit group said, "Oh, Kath, I bought the other color. If you need another one, I bought it, or the other skein." I'm like, why would you just buy one? I mean, lucky for me that I got this one, but I was cracking up. But at least I know where to get it if I need it. So that is my acquisition.
So here's the pattern, and the final picture on Ravelry looks nothing like my cowl did.
Oh.
This one on Ravelry looks huge, but this is it's a 3-color, and I'll find a better picture, but this is the picture you get on Ravelry. So it's a 3-color cowl, and each main color is a different stitch pattern, and then you have your alternating stripes in the rib.
Oh.
But it's I'll have to, next week maybe I'll bring mine out and show it.
That's pretty.
It's really a fun knit, but this is really big, and mine is not nearly that big, and it takes about 150
yeah, that's exactly
grams.
what I have.
Yeah, because you do the main color, and you can fade it. But it's a real fun pattern. I've actually sold that. Well, I didn't sell that pattern. I sold the yarn for people to make that pattern at trunk shows, because I always show my tilted cowl, and it's a really nice one. You just, it's hooked in the back.
And then you just seam it in the back?
No.
No. Is it in the round?
You start it flat like a shawl, and then you join it.
Okay.
But, mine's not really all that big, so it's a perfect size, because I don't like a huge, to my waistband cowl.
Right.
But anyway,
yeah,
so that's a suggestion.
Cool. I was also thinking that 3-color cashmere shawl.
Yes, that's a gorgeous.
Or cashmere cowl, which I feel like is too. I actually bought the sample from Liz's Knit Coeur d'Alene, and it's really long. Although that's really long.
This is really long. I made another one, that Land of Sweets, and I only used about 12 minis.
Okay.
And so it's not. I mean, it's a nice size.
Yeah.
It's not as long. That is.
But it's the same. The 3-color cashmere is kind of the same idea. Like, it's different colors and different stitch patterns in each one.
Yeah. So those are kind of fun, because you don't get bored with the same one.
Totally. Like, you showed a scarf like that done in your
the
purple and
combinatorics.
Yes.
Yeah,
that was really pretty.
So
what about you? Did you get anything new?
I did get some new stuff.
Let's see it.
I got some new stuff. So I told you guys last time about Zoom Bingo that Fiber Hustle puts on, and last time we played, I actually won a prize. So this is the trays from Gigi Made It. I think it's Gigi Made It.
Yeah, Gigi Made It.
And they're just like little flat, they're leather trays. I absolutely love it. I squeed when I won. And I had a choice. They had 2 of them, I think, purple and orange.
Orange is her signature color.
Yeah. And I chose the purple. So I lay it on my desk, And I keep stitch markers in it because if I'm zooming, I'll sit at my desk and zoom, and then I always have stitch markers. So
Can I hold it?
yeah,
I need to hold it.
it's
Oh
yeah,
my
isn't
gosh,
that nice
it's
feeling?
nice, and it's
Yeah.
not. It's like a
It feels like
sturdy.
paper.
It doesn't bend all over the place.
Yeah,
so
no,
can
it's
really
real hard, but it's like the thickness of paper. It's just.
And then these snaps are. I think they're rivets.
They're
right?
rivets, yeah, because they don't come apart. But
I love her. If you're not familiar with her, she's a great follow on Instagram called Gigi Made It.
Yeah, she's a character. You know, you watch her YouTube videos, and orange is her favorite color. So
and she's going to be, I think, in Knit Stars this season.
She is. I did hear that. Yeah.
Something kind of fun for Instagrammers is
us.
Yeah, ours is not up and running yet, but it will be.
But you can follow Trilogy Yarns.
It's on my list. Yeah, Trilogy Yarns. Martha Stewart did an article on her website about makers to follow on Instagram, and so Google that and look at it because there's some really, really awesome artists to follow. And I was looking through, and like Andrea Mowry is one of them, and
But it's not just knitting, is it?
It is knitting.
Oh, it's just knitting? Oh,
it is knitting, knitting Instagrammers. So very cool.
Yeah. Okay, and the other thing
I'm sorry I keep clearing my throat. The smoke has...
Yeah. The other thing I got, I did a trunk show last weekend in Knit in Coeur d'Alene. So we talk about Chris, our local yarn store, and she's Knit the Studio. So Chris is the aunt, Liz is the one that has the shop in Coeur d'Alene, and she's the niece.
And that's only about 35-40 minutes from Spokane.
Well, actually, from where I'm at, it's just about I'm just about halfway in between the two. But it was last Saturday was LYS Day. That's what I did. I did trunk show. Yeah.
You saw human beings.
Yeah, last Saturday was LYS Day, and so she invited me out to do a trunk show, which is fun to get out and interact with people because I do miss doing the trunk shows. But I wanted to buy myself a birthday present, so I bought the Chalgu minis. I think Kathleen had brought them a couple weeks ago, and I am a small diameter circular needle user. Like on my socks, I use 9-inch circulars. On my sleeves, I'm using a 12-inch circular right now by using these, but these are the cables. They're just itty-bitty, teeny tiny. And then you get your little bag of tools. You get stitch markers. You get T-pins for tightening the cables. And then you get little end caps. So if you want to put something on a stitch holder and just to hold it. And then there's a couple adapters in there. So you can make your cables longer. So I was excited to treat myself. I'm excited for you. Pair of... or a couple pairs of the fixed circulars in Chalgu. So I was excited. So I treated myself.
Is that your first pair of interchangeables?
On Chalgu's.
Yeah.
I have Addie's and I have Knit Picks, which is, what is their brand? I can't remember their needle brand.
I think it's just Knit Picks.
No. I don't know. But so I have those in the wooden and I've got the Addie's. So yeah.
And I was so bummed because I bought those a while ago and I wanted to do these sleeves for this super simple stripe sweater. I was going to take Nancy's advice and do the 9-inch or 12, start with 12 and go down. They only go up to 8s and I'm on 9s. So I'm like, so I have to magic loop it.
And they don't make a 9?
They might. I mean, they might. I don't know.
But it's nice to have everything. Yeah.
So what about favorites? Do you have any favorites?
I do have a favorite.
Let's see
I didn't bring it.
Oh.
I use an Ott light for knitting, and it's a floor lamp. It's, the big stand, and then it kind of comes, you can't see, comes over the top that way. And I have actually 3 of them in the house because when my husband was alive, when he got ill, he picked up knitting. And so he would use one where he sits, and I use one where I sit. But the light is so bright. And as you get older, your eyes don't seem to work as well. So you need that extra light The only downside of it is it's hot. It puts heat out. So I know we've done some retreats that have been really cold. So I'm glad that I had my Oatlight with me for that extra heat.
Are yours older?
Yes.
Because my Oatlights don't get hot at all. I wonder if they've revamped their.
Well, I've changed the light bulbs in them, but
that could be.
I wonder if it's just, I don't know. But I love it because it is nice and bright. And it's nice in the wintertime. Sometimes if I'm just cold and I want to sit in my chair and not knit, I'll just turn it on. It's like my own little heat lamp. Yeah. So that is my favorite for the week. How about you?
Cool. Well, I just have one little thing, and it's just too cute. It is this little owl tape measure. And I got it at Knit the Studio, but they are very widely available. And they are Woodland Creatures tape measures, and they are distributed by Bryson. And the company is Products from Abroad. I've never heard of them, but anyway, that's who makes them. And but I've seen them in a lot of yarn stores. But you can always go online to Knit Coeur d'Alene, and they have all of them. And there's the pink owl. That's this one. The orange fox, blue bear, and olive fawn, and they're adorable.
Oh.
So that's my little favorite for today. And I think they're like, I don't know, $4 maybe, or $5. So cute.
You know, I used to have a ton of tape measures. I don't know where they go.
Oh, really?
So whenever, I think I carry one now in my notions bag, and if I can't find it, it's like, okay, I don't want to get the big, heavy duty construction ones. But I'm sure they're in, I have a basket of notions downstairs.
I bet they're in there.
Yeah. So,
Something funny happened a couple of summers ago. My nephew Henry was up from Fort Beaverton visiting us. And I came in from outside, and he was inside, and he had, probably 20 tape measures all laid out on the table. And he's like, Auntie Kath, why do you have so many of these? I'm like, I don't know. And where did you find those? I was afraid he was like ripping apart our knitting bags. And he had been looking around in there. He's very curious, and he just was attracted to these and started pulling them out. And so he didn't ruin anything, but we were cracking up. And afterwards I said, thank you for finding all of our tape measures, and it was funny. But yeah, they're kind of like stitch markers. You move the couch and you find 6 of them.
Yeah.
So was anything happening in the shop?
Oh, the shop. There's always stuff happening in the shop. Like I said, Advents are shipping out. Thank you guys for ordering those. They've been really fun. I still have the Christmas Advents open. Those will close because I've already got the colors made, and because I sent some off to my designers for some garments. I think one is going to be a shawl and one is going to be a throw that will be free with the Advent calendar, so you can choose what you want to do. Or you don't have to do anything. You can just put them in a scrappy project or put them in a dish, admire them.
Make a centerpiece.
So I will have, those are still available. I am on round 2 of the Princess Bride Sock Club. So that's an ongoing 3-month subscription. So we've finished the first 3 months. And so now we're on the second 3 months, but you can join at any time. And from the time you join, your 3 months will start there. And it is I think it's a $99 subscription. Sorry, it's on the website. So I've got that. I'm anxious to be done with the Halloweens because I have all these new colors brewing in my head. I need to get going on some new colors. And I am also thinking about starting another club because I don't have enough to do.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking of doing a Pride and Prejudice yarn club, which will be a skein of yarn a month, and it'll be a 6-month subscription. So you will get 6 skeins of yarn, And without putting too much pressure on me, I think I'm going to do it more like not necessarily a fade, but the yarns will go together. So that'll
you could knit a sweater.
You could knit or a fade sweater, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess it would be a fade. Or you can just use them for a cowl or a hat if you like the color. So that's going to be uploaded in the shop soon. I don't know when this will get uploaded. Oh, you're going out of town, so it may not be.
We can, yeah, depending on how fast YouTube loads it up.
Yeah,
I've got my show notes ready. So
oh, okay. Because I'm going to start right away. Because I am doing a birthday sale in the shop, and it'll run till midnight Sunday. So if we can get this up, you'll still have a couple days to shop. It's a 20% discount, and the discount code is birthday20. So that's off 20% of everything except for the Christmas Advent and the Princess Bride sock club. And otherwise, other than getting anxious to start playing with new colors, yarn is getting, the suppliers are starting to get supplied with more yarn.
Oh, good.
So I have been able to purchase everything I need, so I am well stocked on undyed yarn and all my bases. So, oh, and I have some, sorry guys, bulky. I'm going to play with some bulky weight yarn. So
Cool.
I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it. I've received some, so I do want to dye it up, and maybe I'll get that in the shop too.
Exciting.
Otherwise, I think that we never even said we never did the admin stuff.
What's the admin stuff?
So you can find me. I'm Nancy from Trilogy Yarns. You can find me on Instagram at Trilogy Yarns. And I do have an Instagram. Oh, I'll be so glad when we're done with these masks. Instagram page is at Trilogy Yarns. And I know you put that, I think, in the show notes that are down below. But
yeah.
Yeah. And then we do have an On the Needles Instagram page that we have done nothing with.
Yeah.
I just kind of
I'm going to start doing stuff with it.
Snagged the name. So.
I think I'm going to let us know what you want us to put on there. Leave a comment and let us know what you'd like to see on that.
Yeah.
And then I'll get started posting on that. So I think that's it.
I think that's it.
All right.
We'll go so we can get this uploaded, and maybe you guys can find time to watch. And if you do watch and you like what you see, like, subscribe, throw out a comment. We love reading all the comments. Yeah.
And I'll close us out with just saying, support your local yarn shop, wear your mask, stay safe, and remember to vote.
Yes.
Take care, you guys. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.